Hey everyone, James Foster here, and this is episode number 3 of Bruxer TV, your daily MMA news source. So, this is Monday, and last weekend, just Saturday night, 2 days ago, was UFC on FX 7. It was Bisping versus Belfort, and I could not be happier that Belfort kicked the ass of Bisping. It was great. It happened in just the second round. The first round was a bit of back and forth. They were just kind of testing each other out. Bisping had some good jabs in there. Belfort hit Bisping on the side of the head with a leg kick. Put him down first, or not down, but made him rattle for a few seconds. Match kept going. Made it to the second round. The second round, same thing happened. Bisping was trying to look for some shots. Belfort hit him on the side of the head with a leg kick, put him down, and immediately was on top of him, hammer fisting, pounding his face in until the ref had to stop it. So, not only is that great, but there was a whole lot that happened with this fight afterwards. It was nice to see that Bisping was fairly humble in defeat. He gave it up, admitted that he trained as hard as he could, his team did as much as they could. Belfort just had the better night, and it was very big of Bisping to finally say something nice about Belfort. Now, Belfort, him, of course very excited, jumping from side of the ring to side of the ring, jumping on top of the cage, started calling out Chael Sonnen, called him a clown, repeatedly called him a clown, and saying that he needed to get out of the way so Belfort could have another chance at John Jones, calling it champion versus champion. Obviously just because Belfort used to be the champion of that division. Now, Chael wasn't there at the time to respond, but Chael was part of the post-fight roundtable interview, and he got a lot of time to talk about what transpired then. So, Chael's response said he would... Chael said that he would be happy to fight Belfort. That challenge accepted was what he said. And actually, before this fight even happened, Chael had said that how Belfort constantly says that Jesus is the reason for his fighting, and Chael would be more than happy to arrange for the two of them to meet. So there's a lot of animosity there. There's going to be a lot of tension, and that could make for a great fight. Now, obviously, this wouldn't happen until after Chael fights Jones. And me personally, I don't see Chael beating Jones, but we'll see what happens when that comes up. I believe that's UFC 159, and so that'll be a few months coming up here. Very, very interesting. You know, in my personal opinion, if Jones beats Chael, I don't know that he should get a fight against Belfort. Belfort's a good fighter and has been a champ of that weight class himself. Chael got rocked by Anderson Silva. If he gets rocked again by Jones, I don't know that he deserves the fight. We'll see though. What else we got here? Oh, Dana White. Dana White was not happy with Dan, and I can never get his last name right, Miragliotta, the referee who was calling many of the fights at the UFC on FX. Dana White said that these fights went on too long, that the ref should have called, that Dan specifically should have called some of these fights earlier. Understand that Dana White is trying to look out for the interests of his fighters. He doesn't want them to get hurt. He wants them to keep being able to fight, and sure doesn't want to pay a bunch of doctor bills either. But me, I'll admit it. I'm one of the bloodthirsty fans. I want to see a very distinct win. I don't want to see the fights where the ref lets this continue, or stops him, lets him stand back up, checks the fighter who is losing, and then lets the fight continue. I wanted to see that the guy beating the crap out of the other guy wins, and I want it to be a very, very, very obvious win, that the other guy is not fighting back, and you know, he takes his beating for a little while. Not saying too long, and I obviously don't want anyone to get seriously injured or anything like that, but but it should be an obvious victory for the person who's winning. That's my side of it. I think as fans, a lot of us like to see that part. That is the exciting part. When they take him down and just start ground and pound him, that's what makes it fun. That's what gets people up on their feet. Stopping that any earlier, I don't think would help. Moving on. Last story of the day. It's a biggie. Anderson Silva did not, I repeat, did not sign the 10-fight contract with the UFC, despite what Dana White said. It didn't happen. Anderson Silva completely denies that he signed any contract, and that makes a lot of questions for the future for Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, the Spider, is a lot closer to the end of his career than he is the beginning. He has been fighting for quite a while, and who wouldn't want to go out with a undefeated streak, right? Can't blame the guy for that at all. So we'll see what happens. I assume he wants to stay in fighting at least for a few more years, but you're in a sport where a single wrong move, one bad punch, one bad kick, could put you out for 6 to 12 months. If you sign a 10-fight contract, say you fight 3 times a year, which is a decent amount, I'll give you that. Maybe they'd only fight 2 times a year, but 3 times a year, you're out for 6, 12 months. Well, you've essentially, if you're signed into a 10-fight contract, you've essentially added another year to your lifespan of that contract. I can understand why the Spider doesn't want to do that. So we'll see if it gets renegotiated. I will absolutely keep you informed on how many fights, if any, Silva agrees to. But keep in mind, he did not sign this 10-fight deal. Alright, I'm James Foster. This is Bruxer TV. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.